So the next functional group we are going to see is carboxylic acids. What? Carboxylic acids and derivatives and its derivatives and its derivatives. So this is the compounds we are going to see now. Okay, right. So carboxylic acids, the general structural formula for carboxylic acids is R bond COOH. So this is the functional group of our carboxylic acid COOH. So the organic compounds having COOH has the functional group are called as carboxylic acids. Let us expand this structure with the bonds. R bond C double bond O, O bond H. So the valency of carbon is 4 and the valency of oxygen is 2. Valency of H hydrogen is 1. For alkyl group also the valency is 1. Okay, right. Okay. Let us see some carboxylic acids. Okay, right. The general molecular formula for carboxylic acids is CnH2n ON. CnH2n ON. Okay. So this is the general molecular formula for carboxylic acids. Okay. If you give value for N as 1, you get what? C1H2O2. That is simply what? CH2O2. So the simplest carboxylic acid that has only one carbon is, so the functional group itself contains one carbon. So it is what? COOH. And one hydrogen is attached with this acid group, COOH group. So this group is, COOH group is simply called as carboxylic acid group or simply carboxyl group. Okay, right. So this is the simplest carboxylic acid which contains only one carbon. Okay, right. Actually the common name for carboxylic acids are derived from their source. This is called as formic acid. This simplest carboxylic acid is called as what? Formic acid, because it is present in the formica. Have you heard about formica? Is it a country nearby Africa? No. It is formica. In Latin, formica represents redant. Okay. Have you got the bite from redant? Okay. So redant, if the redant bites on our skin, then we will feel some irritation. That irritation is due to the presence of formic acid in the sting of that redant. So the sting of redant contains formic acid, and for redant the Latin name is what? Formica. Since this acid is present in formica, this acid is called as what? Formic acid. Formic acid. Okay, right. And what about IUPAC name? So here IUPAC name simply what? Then based on the number of carbons, the root word is chosen. So it is generally called as alk, and for carboxylic acid, oic acid, and for carboxylic acid, oic acid, alk. Then if single bond only present, it is an. If double bond is present, ene. If triple bond, any triple bond means ine. So alkyne oic acid or alkene oic acid or alkyne oic acid. Okay, right? Okay. So this formic acid contains only one carbon. So the root word is what? Meth. There is no double bond. Only one carbon is present. So it is considered as what? Alkane, an, meth-an. So oic acid. So methanoic acid. So methanoic acid is the IUPAC name of formic acid. So the molecular formula for formic acid is CH2O2. It is formic acid, and its IUPAC is methanoic acid. Okay, right. If N is equal to 2, we get C2H4O2. We get what? C2H4O2. So it contains two carbons. So two carbons, acid group, one carbon here, and for valency we should give what? 3 hydrogen atoms. So totally C2H4O2. So this is the acid which has 2 carbon atoms. This acid is present in the acetum source. It is present in acetum. Acetum is nothing but vinegar. Have you seen vinegar? This vinegar is used in pickles, in the preparation of pickles, okay, to maintain the acidity. Okay, so vinegar. The Latin name for vinegar is acetum. This acid is present in acetum. That's why this is what acid? Acetic acid. The acid present in acetum is called as what acid? Acetic acid. Acetic acid. So based on the source, we are given the common name. And IUPAC name. IUPAC name. So it contains 2 carbons. So alk. So double alk is what? Eth. The alk part is what? Eth. Single bond only present. So and for acid group, oic acid. So ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid or ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid. Okay, right? So this is the acid with the 2 carbons. Okay. And the acid with the 3 carbons. And the acid with the 3 carbons. C bond to C, bond to C. COOH. Here 2 bonds, so H2. Here only 1 bond, so H3. Okay, so the common name for this acid is not from the source, based on the number of carbons. Since it contains 3 carbons, the common name itself contains prop. So propionic acid. The common name for this compound is what? Propionic acid, based on the number of carbons. So propionic acid. Okay, and the IUPAC. Since 3 carbons, always while counting the carbon, acid group itself contains 1 carbon. That acid group carbon should be counted first. It should be given preference also, wherever it is. The highest preference should be given to acid group. So since the acid group itself contains 1 carbon, always that is the first carbon. You must count. Okay. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 carbons. So the root word is prop. Only single bond. So and for acid group, oic acid. So prop and oic acid. Propanoic acid. Prop and oic acid. So propanoic acid. Common name is propionic acid. IUPAC name is propanoic acid. See the difference. Enjoy the difference. See carefully. Okay, right. So this is the acid with the 3 carbon atoms. So what will be the molecular formula for propionic acid? C3, H3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 1, 6, H6, O2. So C3, H6, O2. Okay, right. Next, the acid with the 4 carbon atoms. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Since it contains acid groups, so COOH. 2 bonds means H2. 2 bonds means H2. 1 bond means H3. Okay, so the molecular formula N is equal to 4 we are giving. So C4H3578. C4H8O2. CnH2nOn. Okay, so this is the acid that contains 4 carbon atoms and its common name is. Okay, based on the number of carbons we can give bute. Based on the number of carbons we can give what? Bute. Okay. Right. It is also present in butter. Source. We are giving source from source also, no? So butter. So since it is present in butter, butyric or bedric, we can say. So butyric acid. Since all the carbon atoms are linear in a linear manner. So it is N-butyric acid. What is the name? It is N-butyric acid. Okay. Right? Fine. So this is N-butyric acid. If 1 carbon is written at branch, then it is called as isobutyric acid. CH3, CH3 means it is what? Iso. Iso group is what? Whenever CH group is bonded with the 2 methyl groups, then it is called as iso. Okay, right. So now let us give IUPAC name. So IUPAC name. So the root word 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbons means what? Bute. Only single bond. So and for acid group, oic acid. So bute and oic acid. So butanoic acid. Should we give number 1 to the acid group? No need. Acid groups always treated as the highest priority group. So always number 1 should be given to acid group wherever it is. Okay, always number 1 will go to acid group. So no need to mention the position of acid group as 1. So simply butanoic acid, not butane, 1 oic acid, 1 oic acid, 1 no need. So simply butanoic acid itself is enough. Okay, right. So we have written some acids in the aliphatic. Okay, now let us see some aromatic acids also. Aromatic. The acid which is directly linked with the benzene ring. The acid group, if it is directly linked with the benzene ring. Now the common name is benzene with acid group is called as benzoic acid. Benzene with acid group is called as what? Benzoic acid. And IUPAC name. So since the benzoic acid itself ends with what? Oic acid. In some state board books, benzoic acid itself has been given as the IUPAC name. But this is in some state boards. For example, TN board. Okay, and in NCERT book, and in the NCERT book, the name is benzene carboxylic acid. This is benzene, 1 carbon acid, so carboxylic acid. So benzene carboxylic acid is the IUPAC name given in the NCERT book. So accordingly you have to follow. If you are a state board student, what has been given in your state board book, that you should follow. But in NCERT, benzene carboxylic acid has been given, so you have to follow benzene carboxylic acids. Okay, so generally the acid names will be like this only. Okay, now we are going to see about acids derivatives, the derivatives of the acids. The derivatives of the acid. The compounds that are derived from the carboxylic acids are called as acid derivatives. The compounds that are derived from the carboxylic acids are called as what? Acid derivatives. In this class, we are going to see about 5 different types of carboxylic acid derivatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different types of carboxylic acid derivatives. Okay, right. The first one is acid chlorides. So these are all carboxylic acid. The next acid derivative, the first derivative we are going to see is acid chlorides. Okay, acid chlorides are nothing but in acids RCOOH. In acid, instead of this OH group, if you had any halogen like chlorine, then it is called as acid chloride. Generally, it is called as acid halide. If X is Cl, then it is called as what? Acid chloride. Okay, right. So HCOOH. In HCOOH, formic acid, instead of this OH group, I add what? Cl. OH group is replaced by Cl. Okay, right? Okay. In acetic acid also, OH group is replaced by Cl. In propionic acid also, the OH group is replaced by what? Cl. In butyric acid also, the OH group CH3, CH2, CO, the OH group is replaced by Cl. So these are respective acid chlorides. And from benzoic acid also, the OH group of acid group is replaced by Cl. Okay, so these are the respective acid chlorides. These are carboxylic acid. These are all what? Their acid chlorides, respective acid chlorides. Okay, while giving the common names are simply derived from what? Their acid name. This is acid chloride. This is the parent acid we can consider. This is actually formic acid. In formic acid, the ic is removed. Instead of ic, we should write YL. So formyl. So Cl is chloride. So this is formyl chloride. This is what? Formyl chloride. This is formic acid. This is what? Formyl chloride. So from the carboxylic acid part, IC is removed and YL is added. And instead of acid, the respective halide. Here the halide is Cl. So name chloride is given. So this is formyl chloride. Formyl chloride. Okay. And what will be the common name for this compound? Since it looks like acetic acid and it is a derivative of acetic acid. Actually, acid chlorides are formed from carboxylic acid by the reaction with any chlorinating agent like phosphorus pentachloride, phosphorus trichloride, sulfonyl chloride, right? Okay. So acetic acid, its chloride, its acid chloride is what will be? In acid name, we have to replace IC by YL. Instead of acid, we should add what? Chloride. So this is acetyl chloride. Acetyl chloride. So IC, instead of IC, YL. And here also IC is removed and what should be written? Propionyl chloride. Propionyl chloride. Propionyl chloride. So this is the common name. This is the common name. Okay. Okay. This is N-butyric acid. So in the common name, so yeah, N-butyryl, IC is removed. Then YL is added. So N-butyryl chloride. Simply you can memorize. Simply you can understand. Okay. Don't memorize the common names. Just try to understand. It will be very interesting. No need to memorize. Just understand. Just enjoy. Okay. Right. And for this compound, the common name is in benzoic acid. IC is removed. IC is removed. Then benzo. IC is removed. Instead of IC, YL is added. Then acid part is replaced by chloride. So this is benzoyl chloride. This is what? Benzoyl chloride. So benzene ring with the COCl is benzoyl chloride. Benzene ring with the CH2Cl is benzyl chloride. That we know. Benzyl chloride. This is benzyl chloride. This is benzoyl chloride. This is benzyl chloride. Benzoyl chloride is an acid chloride. But benzyl chloride is uralkyl halide, uralkyl chloride. Okay. If in benzene ring CHCl2 is present, then this is called as benzol chloride. Benzol chloride. Benzol chloride. So benzoyl chloride, benzyl chloride, benzol chloride. Benzene with the CO, benzoyl. Benzene with the CH2, benzyl. Benzene with the CH, benzol. BENZAL, benzol. So benzol, benzoyl, benzoyl. Interesting, you know? Beautiful, very much. Beautiful, beautiful. Organic is beautiful always. Okay. Okay. So we have given what? Common names to acid chlorides. And what about their IUPAC names? In IUPAC for acid chlorides, the root word is alk. Based on the number of carbons that we know, it is what? Alk. Single bond means an. Okay. And for acid chloride, oil chloride. What? Oil chloride. For acid means oic acid. For acid chlorides means, for acid chlorides, oil chloride. Oic acid is now written as what? Oil chloride. So for formyl chloride, the IUPAC name is, so the root word is meth, no double bond, so an oil chloride. Oil chloride. So what? Methanoyl chloride. Methanoyl chloride. So formyl chloride, its IUPAC name is methanoyl chloride. Understand? Right. And for acetyl chloride, easily you can tell. What? Yes. How many carbons? 2. So, eth. No double bond. Only single bond. So, an. For acid chloride, oil chloride. Oil chloride. So, eth and oil chloride. So, ethanoyl chloride. Eth and oil chloride. So, ethanoyl chloride. Okay. Fine. Understood? Okay. Propionyl chloride. Propionyl chloride. And its IUPAC name, what will be? Easily you can tell. 3 carbons, so prop, only single bonds are present between carbon atoms, so an oil chloride, propanoyl chloride. You see carefully, propionyl chloride is the common name, propanoyl chloride is the IUPAC name, propanoyl chloride. For acid part, propionic acid, propanoic acid. For acid chloride, propionyl chloride, propanoyl chloride. Okay, right. And what for N-butyl chloride. The IUPAC name for N-butyl chloride is, in IUPAC name, no N should be given, no N should be given. So number of carbons, so but, 4 carbons means but, only single bond, and so oil chloride. So butanoyl chloride, butanoyl chloride, butanoyl chloride. Okay, this is benzoyl chloride. What will be its IUPAC name? IUPAC name for benzoyl chloride is benzene, what? Benzene carbonyl chloride. Benzene carbonyl chloride. Benzene carbonyl chloride. Okay, so CO, carbonyl chloride. Here benzoic acid, benzene carboxylic acid, but IUPAC name benzene carbonyl chloride. It is different. You should keep in your mind very strongly. So benzene carboxylic acid, NCRT, benzene carbonyl chloride, NCRT. Okay, right. So the first acid derivative is acid chlorides. So we have given structure followed by form, followed by their common names and their IUPAC names. Okay, right. The next acid derivative is acid anhydrides. What? Acid anhydrides. Acid anhydrides. Anhydrides. And without hydrate water. From acids you are removing one water molecule. By the combination of two molecules of acid, one molecule of water is removed. Now acid anhydrides are forming. Okay, so actually two molecules of carboxylic acid, okay, lose one molecule of water and RCO, RCOO. So this is the general structural formula for acid anhydrides. So let us see the acid anhydride of formic acid. Two molecules of formic acid minus water, HCOOH, HCOOH, this OH and this H, water is removed and this O is written here, I can write here. Okay, so this is the anhydride of formic acid, we can say. Okay, actually two molecules of acid combined, this is actually intermolecular dehydration, okay, right. So the acid anhydride name, formic acid, so that formic will come, instead of acid, we should write what? Anhydride. Instead of acid name, acid, the word acid is replaced by anhydride. So formic acid, formic anhydride. Okay, so this is formic anhydride. And the anhydride of acetic acid, CH3CO, CH3CO. So two molecules of acetic acid minus water. So this is the anhydride of acetic acid. Anhydride of acetic acid. So acetic is written instead of the word acid, anhydride is given. So acetic anhydride. And what about this? CH3, CH2, CO, CH3, CH2, CO, O. This is the anhydride of propionic acid. So this is propionic anhydride. Propionic anhydride. Propionic anhydride. And what about N-butyl chloride? Okay, N-butyl chloride. So CH3, CH2, CH2, CO. One more structure like this. So I simply write what? Twice, one O. Okay, so this is N-butyric anhydride. N-butyric anhydride. N-butyric anhydride. Okay, right? Okay. And for benzoic anhydride, C6H5CO twice O. C6H5CO twice O. So this is called as benzoic anhydride. Benzoic anhydride. Benzoic anhydride. So these are all acid derivatives. These are all acid derivatives with their common names. Now let us see. Let us write their IUPAC names. IUPAC names. How it will end means formic acid. What is the IUPAC name of formic acid? methanoic acid. So formic means methanoic. For formic, the IUPAC name is methanoic. So in general, the IUPAC name will be alkanoic anhydride. What? Alkanoic anhydride. Alkanoic anhydride. Okay. So for formic acid, the IUPAC formic anhydride, the IUPAC name will be methanoic anhydride. Methanoic anhydride. Methanoic anhydride. So methanoic acid, methanoyl chloride, methanoic anhydride. How beautiful it is. Okay. And for acetic acid, acetic, the IUPAC name for acetic, what it will be? Ethanoic. Acetic, ethanoic, acid, acid. So ethanoic. Ethanoic anhydride. Ethanoic anhydride. So this is the IUPAC. IUPAC. Okay. And for propionic anhydride, the IUPAC name will be propanoic. Spelling should be correct. So propanoic anhydride. You should be very careful in writing the names. You should take care in spelling also. So propanoic anhydride. Okay. And for N-butyric acid, N-butyryl chloride, N-butyric anhydride. So the IUPAC name is butanoic acid. So butanoic anhydride. Butanoic anhydride. Butanoic anhydride. Butanoic anhydride. Okay, right. And for benzoic anhydride, the IUPAC name for benzoic acid is benzene carboxylic acid. So benzene carboxylic anhydride, IUPAC name. Benzoic anhydride, its common name, and benzene carboxylic anhydride. Benzene carboxylic anhydride. So the acid, that word acid is replaced by anhydride. So actually these are all what? Acid anhydrides. So acid anhydrides structure with the common name and IUPAC name. We have finished. We have completed. So carboxylic acids and their derivatives. Among derivatives, we have finished acid chlorides and acid anhydrides. Okay, right. The next is, let us see about the next acid derivative. What shall we? Esters. Let us see about esters. Esters. The functional group of esters is COO. Before and after COO, alkyl groups will be present. May be same or different. Okay, right? Okay, so these are all esters. Actually, esters are formed from carboxylic acid. That's why it is the derivative of carboxylic acid. So these are all derivatives are formed from what? Carboxylic acid only. Okay, right. That's why they are called as their derivatives. When carboxylic acids react with an alcohol in the presence of an acid, ester and water are formed. So this reaction is actually called as esterification. This reaction is actually called as what? Esterification. Okay, right. So esters, the general structural formula is R bond COO bond R. Okay, right. Let us give. If the ester that forms from formic acid will have the structure HCOO. What? HCOO. And from methyl alcohol, so this is CH3. This is what? CH3. Okay, so actually HCOO CH3. CH3COOH is what? Carboxylic acid. CH3COOH is what? Carboxylic acid. That is acetic acid. But HCOOCH3 is an ester. HCOOCH3 is an ester. You should be very careful. Okay, right. Actually, the common names for esters will end with ate. The common names for esters will end with what? Ate. The ate part should be derived from the acid from which the ester is formed. The ate part should be derived from the acid from which the ester is formed. Here, this ester is formed from, you see, this part looks like what? Formic acid. Okay. So this is formed from formic acid. So it is form 8. Instead of ic from formic, IC. Ic is replaced by 8. In acid chlorides, ic is replaced by YL, in common name. Like that, here the IC is replaced by 8. So this is formate, and the alcohol is what? Methyl. So methyl formate. So in the common name for esters, first alkyl is written. This alkyl is from the alcohol part, followed by what? Acid with ending with 8. Acid ending with 8. Okay, right. In IUPAC also, we are following the same. In IUPAC also, we are following the same. So let us see its IUPAC. For methyl, the methyl is written as such, and for formate, form means what? Methan. Formic. For formic acid, the IUPAC name is methanoic acid. Formic, methanoic. Okay, so here IC is removed. Instead of IC, 8. In common name, instead of IC from formic acid, 8 is written. In the same way, in IUPAC also, from methanoic, the word methanoic, IC is replaced by 8. So methanoic O, IC is replaced by 8. So methanoate. What? Methanoate. So generally, the IUPAC name is alkyl alkanoate. Alkyl alkanoate. Okay, right. Okay, let us write CH3COOH, acetic acid, CH3OH. This is what? Methyl alcohol. Methyl alcohol acetic acid. If they react means now this water will be removed. Okay, so OHH, water is removed. Now CH3COOCH3. CH3COOCH3. So this is the ester. CH3COOCH3. We can otherwise write methyl alcohol first, followed by acetic acid, CH3COOH. Here HOH, always OH from acid and H from alcohol. In acidification reactions, always OH from the carboxylic acid and hydrogen from the alcohol should be removed as water. Okay, right. So here H and OH is removed. Now the structure will be CH3OCOCH3. CH3OCOCH3. So I write simply CH3OCOCH3. If you write acid first, alcohol next, the structure will be like this. If you write alcohol first and acid next, means the structure is like this. What's the difference between these two? Are they same or different? Here ester is written as COO. Here the ester is written as what? OCO. Which one is correct? COO or OCO? Both are correct. Okay, because COO, before COO, CH3, after COO also CH3. So before and after ester group, here methyl groups are present. Here also. So if two alkyl groups attached with the ester group are identical, same means then ester can be written either as COO or as OCO. Both are okay. Both are correct. But if the alkyl groups are different, the alkyl groups attached with the ester group are different means then you should be careful. Writing COO is one type of ester and writing OCO is another type of ester. You should be very careful. Okay, right, fine. So this is ester. This is formed from acetic acid. So acetic acid, acetic is removed and 8 is added. So acetate, alcohol is methyl. So methyl acetate. So this is the common name. And in IUPAC name, the alcohol part, the alkyl part is written as such, and acid part only IUPAC name is given. So for acetic, ethanoic. Here acetate, so ethanoate. So methyl acetate, IUPAC name is what? Methyl ethanoate. The alkyl part is what actually? Methyl. So methyl ethanoate. Okay. For this also the same methyl acetate and methyl ethanoate. Both are identical. Okay, right. What about the next one? Like this we can give IUPAC names to other esters also. Okay, right. I write one more ester. The ester formed from acetic acid and ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH. What will be the ester? CH3COO C2H5. Can we write this as C2H5OCO? Let us write like this: CH3OCO C2H5. Are they same or different? Definitely these are all different, because with ester group methyl ethyl, two different alkyl groups are attached. So writing COO is one type of ester and writing OCO is another type of ester. You see, this COO can be written as CH3C double bond O OC2H5. This can be written like this, and this can be written like CH3OCOC2H5. If you compare this with methyl group, here CO group is attached, but methyl group here O is attached. You see the difference. Here with the ethyl group O is attached, but here with the ethyl group CO is attached. So the bonding is different. Since bonding is different, both are different. Okay. So CH3CO, it is from acetic acid. C2H5 from ethyl alcohol. So this is ethyl acetate. Okay. C2H5CO, this is from propionic acid. So propionate, common name is what? Propionic acid, so propionate. So this is methyl. So methyl propionate. So methyl propionate. Okay, right. Ethyl acetate, methyl propionate. You should be very careful. Okay, so CH3COO C2H5, this is ethyl acetate. This is ethyl acetate. And C2H5, we can write like this: CH3OCO C2H5. These two look like same, but they are different, no? Because two alkyl groups attached to the ester group is different. So this is methyl propionate. And the IUPAC name is, for alkyl groups, the IUPAC is as such. Okay, so IUPAC, so ethyl. So here also for methyl, the IUPAC is what? Methyl. And the acid part, acetate. Acetate means ethanoate. Acetate, for acetate, it is what? Ethanoate. And for propionate, the IUPAC name is propanoate. Spelling must be correct. PROPANOATE. Propanoic acid, so propanoate. IUPAC name. Okay, so ethyl acetate, methyl propionate. So these are different esters. Okay, right. I erase this. Let us give one ester for aromatic type. Okay, so benzene with COO CH3. Benzene in the same way, benzene with OCO CH3. These are all same or different? They are different, because with COO ester group, here phenyl and methyl, two different groups are attached. If the attached groups are different, then they are different. Already told you, no? Okay. So this is from benzoic acid. So benzoate. So methyl. So methyl benzoate. And this one is CH3CO from acetic acid. So acetate. This is from phenol. So phenyl. So phenyl acetate. This is phenyl acetate. This is methyl benzoate. So for benzoic acid, benzene carboxylate. For benzoic acid, benzene carboxylate before methyl. So methyl benzene carboxylate is the IUPAC. For this one, phenyl ethanoate. See the difference? Enjoy the common names, structures and IUPAC names. Then only the organic will be very much enjoyable. Okay, you have to understand very well, strongly, in-depth understand you have to give. Okay, right. So the third acid derivative, esters, we have finished. Okay, the next acid derivative, let us see about what? Amides. What? Amides. Amides are the organic compounds having CONH2 as the functional group. So general structural formula R bond CONH2 or bond CONH2 for amides. Okay, right. Amides are also what? Derivative of carboxylic acids, because with carboxylic acid, if ammonia reacts, then ammonium salt will form. On heating the ammonium salt of the carboxylic acid, after the removal of water, amides are forming. Amides are forming. Okay. So you see, carboxylic acids are COOH. When ammonia reacts, okay, acid plus base gives salt. So this is the ammonium salt of the acid. If you heat this, then water molecules is removed and the resulting compound is amide. So since amides are formed from carboxylic acids, they are represented as the acid derivative, one of the acid derivatives. Okay, right. So amides. Let us see. Amides. For amides, the very first amide, that is from formic acid, HCONH2. HCOOH is formic acid, HCONH2. And from acetic acid, the amide is CH3CONH2. CH3CONH2. And from propionic acid, 3-carbon amide, CH3CH2CONH2. Like this we can give. Okay. And from butyric acid also we can give, N-butyric acid also we can give. Okay, right. Let us give any other amide. What? 3 carbons. Okay, 4 carbons. CH3, CH2, CH2, CO, NH2. Okay, and with the benzene ring, benzene with the CONH2, benzene with the CONH2. So these are all amides. The amide name is also given from the parent acid. Acid is actually parent. Okay, like let us give HCONH2. This amide is formed from formic acid. So the common name is formamide, formic acid. The 2 letters ic is replaced by amide. Ic is replaced by amide. Formamide. So formamide. And from acetic acid, acetic ic is replaced by amide. So acetamide. The third one, propionic. Ic is replaced. So propion, ic is replaced by amide. So propionamide. N-butyric. So N-butyramide. Benzoic. Okay. From benzoic acid, not only ic, O is also removed. Okay. So benzoic acid. So benzamide. Because if you write O here, then O and A. O is a vowel, A is also a vowel, one combined. Okay, that's why that O is removed for the pronunciation sense. Okay, so this is benzamide. Let us give the IUPAC name. In IUPAC also, oic acid is removed and amide is added. So methanamide. Oic acid is removed and amide is added. So methanamide. And for acetic acid, ethanamide. Oic acid is removed, so amide. So ethanamide. And for propionamide, propanamide. And for N-butyramide, butanamide. And for benzamide, so benzoic acid, benzene carboxylic acid. Benzoic chloride, benzene carbonyl chloride. Benzoic anhydride, so benzene carboxylic anhydride. Okay, and amide name is benzene carboxamide. Special name, benzene carboxamide. Benzamide is the common name and benzene carboxamide. Okay, is the IUPAC name. Okay, right. So acid derivatives, these are all acid derivatives that are formed from carboxylic acids. The last acid derivatives we are going to see is cyanides. We are going to see is what? Cyanides. Cyanides are otherwise called as acid nitriles. Acid nitriles. So acid nitriles. Simply nitriles also we can say. Okay, right? Okay. How cyanides are formed? Actually, I have written, amides are formed from carboxylic acids. After the formation of amide, if you remove one more water from amide, then what? RCN is formed. This RCN is actually what? Cyanides. CN group is called as what? Cyanides. Cyanides are otherwise called as nitriles. So, R bond CN. And the very first cyanide which is formed from formic acid is HCN, and from acetic acid the cyanide is CH3CN, and from propionic acid CH3CH2CN, and from butyric acid CH3CH2CH2CN, and from benzoic acid benzene with CN. These are all cyanides. So we can give two types of common names. One is ending with cyanide, another is ending with nitriles. Okay, so the cyanide name is given as such. So HCN, hydrogen cyanide, and the nitrile name is acid nitrile. Here, which is the acid? Formic acid. So from formic acid, form is written. Instead of IC, O is added. What? O is added. So this is actually formonitrite. This is actually what? Formonitrite. So while giving the acid nitriles name, with the acid part, the IC is removed and the O is added. So for formic acid, so formonitrite. For hydrogen cyanide, the nitrile name is what? Formonitrite. Okay, CSACN. The cyanide name is alkyl group written first and the cyanide word is added. So methyl cyanide. And the nitrile name is, what is acid? Acetic acid. So acid. Instead of IC, O is added. So acetonitrile. Okay, here ethyl cyanide. CH3CH2. Ethyl, CN is cyanide. So ethyl cyanide. But the acid name, it is from propionic acid. So propion IC, instead of IC, O. So propiononitride. And this is N-propyl cyanide. This is what? N-propyl cyanide. And the acid name is N-butyric acid. So N-butyric, instead of ic, what? O. So N-butyronitrile. This is from benzoic acid. Okay. So benzoic acid, instead of IC, if you remove IC from benzoic acid, what? Benzo itself ends with O. So no need to add one more O. Already the name ends with O. So no need to add one more O. No need. So benzonitrile. Benzonitrile is the nitrile name. And phenyl cyanide. And what? Phenyl cyanide is the cyanide name. Cyanide name is what? Phenyl cyanide. Nitrile name is what? Benzonitrile. Okay. IUPAC name is simply number of carbons is counted and the corresponding alk is written. No double bond means N complete written, and nitrile. Alkane nitrile is the general IUPAC name. Alk N nitrile. So there are two nitriles actually. One is with acid nitrile, one is from acid. That is a common name actually. In IUPAC also, nitrile. We have to give what? Nitrile. Number of carbons. So the respective root word, and no double bond means N. Only single bond means N. If any double bond means in. So alkane nitrile. So IUPAC name. So ethane nitride. So no ethane. It is methane nitride. Only one carbon, For methyl cyanide only, it is ethane nitride. For methyl cyanide only, it is what? Ethane nitride. And for this compound, propane nitrile, IUPAC name. And for this compound, butane nitride. butane, 4 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4. And for phenyl cyanides, the IUPAC name is benzene, CN, carbonitrile, carboxylic acid, here carbonitrile, benzene carbonitrile, special name, benzene carbonitrile. Okay, right? So we have given structure, we have written structure and given common names and IUPAC names for carboxylic acid and their derivatives. So the board looks beautiful, colorful, beautiful. Okay, if you are very strong in these type of structures, common names and IUPAC names, okay, you also become what? Beautiful in chemistry. Chemistry is also always beautiful. If we understand, now we become beautiful in chemistry. Okay, want to become beautiful? Understand. Beautiful. Beautifully. Okay, right.